Roots FM 96.1. And we have an action packed show for you as usual. I know we make with the new Make We Talk Sports to begin to become the authority when it comes on to table tennis in Jamaica. I'm going to continue on that trend, maybe until the elections are held on the 22nd of March this year. And as you may have heard recently, that the director of CASATA, Mr. Stephen Spoon Grant, and he wrote a letter to the governing body, the Jamaica TT Association, expressing his displeasure at not seeing the delegates list. And along with the other candidate, that's Mr. Samuel Lamont. I don't hear anything from Rebecca Richards as yet, but there are three candidates so far to challenge the incumbent. That's Mr. Angelou, and they are Ricardo Richards, Samuel Lamont, and Stephen Spoon Grant. And as you know by now, both Mr. Grant and Mr. Richards announced their candidacy on this program. But Steve Lamont announced his candidacy elsewhere. And they are now not pleased that the election is due less than 2 weeks from now, and they're yet to see the delegates list. And that's not going on well with the candidates so far as we speak. And also, we shall have a guest earlier on the program about Mr. Adele, a Nigerian tennis player, but he'll be on next week to talk about tennis about his experience in playing table tennis in Jamaica. But very shortly, we have a special guest online, Zoom rather, online, and our special guest is going to be Mr. Shawn Stanley. He's a table tennis coach in St. Vincent, and he's also the founder of the Shawn Stanley TT Academy in St. Vincent. So we'll talk about table tennis in that island. So Mr. Shawn Stanley will be our special guest today inside Make We Talk Sports here on Roots FM 96.1.
Dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
Do you want to talk about what's happening in your community or share your thoughts on national issues? Then tune in to Make We Talk Tuesdays with yours truly, Jeffrey Tavares. This and every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. Join the conversation by calling 876-372-8446 or 876-225-9478 on YouTube at Roots FM Jamaica and Facebook at Roots FM JA. That's Make We Talk this and every Tuesday on Roots 96.1 FM, the voice of the inner city.
It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will.
Roots FM 96.1 in association with DJs in Promotion Prolo presents the Innocent Vibes Roadshow on Tuesday, February 28, 2023 at All Star HQ, 153 Olympic Way, Kingston, 11, Jamaica. We're going to be broadcasting live from 2 up until 6 p.m. Lots of prizes to be won. Be a part of that reality. It is the Innocent Vibe Roadshow. 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 Roadshow.
Denise, Isis Miller with Roots Allergy, which is the in-week thriller from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Miss Harry said it never go to all weekend. We have food for thought, your health is a wealth, then love bus, that is a must. And no idiot thing that. Then we close it off at the end of the week with Fire Friday, which are the talk of the street. Roots Allergy, me say your Roots Allergy. Roots Allergy, me say your Roots Allergy. Isis Miller. Isis Miller.
All right, and welcome back here to Make We Talk Sports here on Roots FM 96.1. I will now go over now to, I think, St. Vincent. We're now joined by Mr. Shawn Stanley, and he's the founder of the Shawn Stanley Academy for table tennis, and he's working assiduously to improve the sports in that Caribbean island. Mr. Stanley, welcome to. Look like you're walking, man. Mr. Stanley, welcome to Make We Talk Sports here. Oh, Mr. Stanley, I'm on mute.
Yes, I am actually on different movements. You know, this is end the month, so I am. You catch me while I'm walking the street.
Wow, you can walk in the street. All right, tell us now. You're a TT coach, right, in St. Vincent?
I didn't get you.
You're at table tennis coach over there in St. Vincent.
Yes, I'm table tennis coach, and I'm owner of the Shawn Stanley Table Tennis Academy, like you said.
Yes.
You know, which has been existing now for over 17 years.
Oh, 17 years. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, tell us. All right.
Yes.
Before we go, tell us now about give us about your early experience that brought you into the sport of table tennis. You was a player from an early. Tell us about your playing days as a player back in St. Vincent playing table tennis before we go down to the academy.
Yes, I started playing in as a primary school, the primary school that I attended, and from there I never turned back. I continued, and I became national champion 16 times.
Wow, in St. Vincent.
Yes, I also would have played at a number of tournaments throughout the region. You know, we used to have a tournament called the OECS Championship.
Yes.
I was OECS champion. You know, I played at several Caribbean championships. During that tenure, I was able to have a number of persons under my if you want to call them victims, they were under my belt, you know, as persons who I would have,
Are those victims include Jamaicans?
Played against and got.
Any of your victims include Jamaicans?
Yes,
like Stephen Hilton.
If what?
and if your victims include any Jamaicans? If any of your victims include any Jamaicans?
Yes, it include my good friend Chris Marsh.
and Phil Hilton. And Boo Young.
Yeah.
And Roberto Biles.
No. I came into the game when Stephen Hilton was just about to leave.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you and I get that
would have played. I didn't get you.
I get it after your playing days, now you went straight into coaching.
Yes, I decided that, okay, you know, the I have to say this.
So technical here is your video was special guest here. That some technical issues here. Is back. We're speaking to Mr. Stephen Stanley from St. Vincent. He a 16 times national champion in that country, and he's also went on to become a national coach. And now he's the founder and the owner of the Stephen Stanley Academy of table tennis in that island in the Caribbean. He's still having here Mr. Stephen Stanley there, and so technical glitch here. Because via communities is live here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I should say. So, Mr. Stanley, can you hear us? I don't think he's hearing us at all. Shawn Stanley, unmute your mic.
Okay, you heard me?
You're back on now. We went off a short while ago. You're back on.
Okay. Now, I started my academy. You know, one thing I believe, athletes do not kill sports. The administrators do.
Wow.
Right?
Expound on that.
That's what I'm saying. Athletes are not the ones who kill sports.
It's killed by administrators.
Right? Administrators are the ones who kill every sport.
I agree. I agree.
Now, I formed my academy as a result of which turned out to be a very successful one for me and the country in a whole. Mm-hmm. I formed my academy as a result of stagnation and lack of foresight as regards to the association at that time. I decided to form my academy and focus on the development of the young players. Mm-hmm. What I did, I would have targeted a number of private schools, a number of the primary schools, and I got them to buy on to the sport. I sold the sport as a vehicle to enhance the children's academics and also in the area of health benefits.
Yes.
Right? I sold it as something that is relatively safe for the children to get into. And I would have drawn a number of scenarios where it has been proven to enhance people's academic capabilities.
Yes.
So I had a lot of, children coming, bringing the children, etc., to be part of my academy. And today it's still existing. I have a full membership. We would have produced a number of good players who could have competed and who would have competed at the Caribbean level. But like I say, one of the hindrances that affected, like I said, the growth was the administrators. But today I'm happy to say that we have a good executive in place, and we have our president, which is Orville Haslam. Right? I am also an executive member, and we are now, focused.
You mean Jamaican Orville Haslam?
Yes, mm-hmm. We are now focused on youth development. We are not casting aside the old players, but our program is built around youth development. Yes. For example, if we believe that there's a tournament and we could win gold, silver, or bronze by taking our old players, those in the 40s and the 50s. We will do that. But if we're not going to win any medals with taking the old players to any event, we're not going to waste the money. Right? That is some of the philosophies of the new executive. Right? We hope that our new approach with the new association will bear fruit when we have, we have these young players playing, we have the old players playing along with the young players to help to develop them. And then, because like I said, sir, that what do you have to, if I'm 53 years old, what I might be able to beat a lot of the youngsters in St. Vincent, but but when I go outside, I can't reach around the 32 or around the 16, around the 4. What benefit am I gaining? This country is gaining from what I
That's true. The focus should be to build to build the youngsters.
Yeah. But what I want to talk to now, I was at the Commonwealth Games in England.
Yes.
And there was a young lady from Jamaica who was at the Commonwealth Games. And I went as coach with some female from St. Vincent. We didn't do well, but there was this young lady who, boy, I practiced with her, I played with her, and I think she would be a force to reckon with in the Caribbean, in table tennis, once she continues. She was playing well, she was moving well. She played with a pimple rubber on her backhand. I can't remember her name, but yes. she seemed very young. And I would really like to know whether or not that if she's still playing or if she's, and she stood out. I know she was there, and the other player, the senior player from Jamaica, was his name, the national champion.
The
Who's the national champion?
The name just slipped me. I think I know what you're talking.
Oh, Kane Watson.
Yeah.
He was there with her. But I'm just asking, is she still playing table tennis?
Yeah, she's still playing. Yes, I talked to Spoon about her. I spoke to Mr. Stephen Grant, and he said she's still playing.
Yeah. Okay, she has a pimple on her back. Yeah, because I don't know. She's a potential champion if she continues. Because why I asked the question, I heard that she had stopped.
Yeah, because of what happened, the whole incident with she and the coach back in the Commonwealth Games. And she get a bit disgruntled and a bit but I think she's back in the sport now.
But that was a very sad one.
Yes.
In England, because I was there, and I know that she felt it and she cried because her racket failed the test, the racket test.
Yes.
Because the rubber was thick with vulcanizing fluid. You understand? So, which is very toxic. So, she now had us to use a racket failed the test. So she had us to use a racket that is twice time faster than her racket to play. And there's no way you could make such adjustment at short space of time.
Yes.
And she tried, but when the person saw her to return with the fast rubber, it was going all over the place, right? And she like I tell you, I spoke to her. She cried, and I think she said that she spoke to me and said she was unfairly dealt with.
Yes, I remember the incident.
Yeah, and these are I hope these are errors that we as table tennis people don't make in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because the testing machines for racket, they don't lie. Once you have vulcanizing fluid, your racket stick with any other thing that the water base, it's going to show it up.
Right. All right. Talk to us about. But
however, I'm glad that she's back in the sport. Because if she had stopped, I know Jamaica would have lost a good young talent.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I have always had good friends who play table tennis in Jamaica, because like I say, we in the Caribbean supposed to be one family.
Mm-hmm.
In application to the sports. And you hear from the different countries or the different. St. Vincent has one time we always competitive, but we have never, in table tennis, we have never really had any, when I say serious approach, I said, yes, we always have good players who could compete and win 1 or 2 games. But on a whole, we have never set out, our players have never set out to put in the hours in order to compete at the next level.
Right.
You can't play table tennis. You can't play table tennis like 2 times a week and expect to compete internationally. And that is what we have been happening for years in our country. Now we have a policy now. If you cannot put in 10 hours per week in your respective club, then you will not be eligible for any trials or any national selection. We have a system where somebody will go around and monitor the players who are national hopefuls. You go around to the respective clubs and get the time of when these national hopefuls train and make sure that all these national hopefuls put in at least 10 hours a week. That is a policy that we have now, because we believe that when we go overseas, the difference between our players and the international players is that they put in more time, because everybody now is exposed to high-level coaching. There's information on the internet, even when you do your table tennis courses, right? Your level 1, your level 2, your level 3, your high-performance course. All these information are on the internet, right? So we decide that the people have to put in 10 hours per week. Each player who are desirous of...
And that's minimum.
Minimum
that's
10 hours
minimum.
per week,
Yes. All right, tell us now, the level of coaching in the Caribbean, in Jamaica here now, is not at its highest. Because in your view, what do you think it will take for the Caribbean players to try to reach a level like the Asians? What will it take to improve the standard of playing in the Caribbean?
Man, it's time. It's only time applied. Because you have people like Spoon, who are level 3 coach, right? You have other persons who are level this, right? They have the same knowledge. There's the level 2 manual, there's the level 3 manual. All these high-level approaches are on the internet for all these coaches to see. Now, the level 2 course is not easy to pass. Most people throughout the world fail the level 2 program because the level 2 program entails a lot of science, whereby it deals with, for example, you've been given a manual, you have to study. There's one part of the brain that deals with memory, the other part deals with calculation, right? So there's a whole scientific approach to coaching. And one of the things that is affecting our growth is that we don't like our own.
Wow.
Right? Because if I tell you, I'm a coach in St. Vincent, I say, Stanford, what's your name again?
Dudley.
Dudley. So I said, Dudley, you have to jump up on that box 3 times. Because it's coming from me. I'm a Jamaican black boy or whatever coming from me. One time, immediately, there's your body language. You start to resist what I'm saying to you.
Oh.
But somebody from overseas come, a white man come from Sweden. He said, Dudley, you have to jump up the box 3 times. You jump up. You're going to jump up.
So mentality.
Some of the things that these other coaches internationally from these countries are putting you through or telling you to do. The same local coaches, some of the same things the local coaches do. Right? But people don't have any respect. We don't like we. So that is why you find that, okay.
So you're saying, hold on there, Mr. Stanley. We're up on a break right now. We'll take a quick commercial break and come right back. Don't move. A quick commercial break and come right back there too. It's Make We Talk Sports here, Root FM 96.1. Special guest is Mr. Shawn Stanley, and he's the owner of the Shawn Stanley Tips and Academy in St. Vincent. Make We Talk Sport, Root FM 96.1.
Poetry jam. You have raspberry jam, you have guava jam, you have pineapple jam, but nothing no sweet like poetry jam and roots. 96.1 every Monday evening from 6 till 8. I Sachar will tell you that straight. Poetry jam. Poetry jam. Roots 96.1.
Roots FM 96.1 in association with DJs in Promotion Proudly presents the Innocent Vibes Roadshow on Tuesday, February 28, 2023 at All Star HQ, 153 Olympic Way, Kingston, 11, Jamaica. We're going to be broadcasting live from 2 up until 6 p.m. Lots of prizes to be won. Be a part of that reality. It is the Innocent Vibes Roadshow.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
Do you want to talk about what's happening in your community or share your thoughts on national issues? Then tune in to Make We Talk Tuesdays with yours truly, Jeffrey Tavares. This and every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. Join the conversation by calling 876-372-8446 or 876-225-9478 on YouTube at Roots FM Jamaica and Facebook at Roots FM JA. That's Make We Talk this and every Tuesday on Roots 96.1 FM, the voice of the inner city.
All right, and welcome back here to Make We Talk Sports here on Roots FM 96.1. And we're speaking table tennis. And we're talking to Mr. Shawn Stanley from St. Vincent. And he's the owner of this Shawn Stanley Table Tennis Academy in that country. That is designed to improve the level of TT in that country and by extension the region. And we're talking about us in the Caribbean are becoming victims of our own mentality and belief. As I said, right, I said, Mr. Shawn Stanley, that even Jamaica here, we're seeing where when our national football team have a local coach, we don't get the support from the private sector. But one is a foreign coach, everybody come flooding the sponsors. One's a foreign coach, so we're a victim of our own mentality. And I think that is helping to hold on sports locally in this in the region. Or we think. Unmute your mic.
You hear me that?
Yes, loud and clear. Loud and clear, yes.
Right. And like I was saying before, is that like I used the term, I said two things that stood out. I said we don't like we.
Yes.
And, okay. We like I said, remember that you at least don't kill the sport, right? At least don't kill sport.
Killed by administrators.
Administrators. Yes. In every and there's overwhelming evidence of that. Right? But like I say, the coaches now, the qualified coaches in the Caribbean, they are all, I believe, those who are level 2, level 3, and so forth, they would have all gone through the programs that to me, that would have or would empower them to bring table tennis players up to the level, because everyone, the coaches, I believe, know about right now as a way of measurement and all these things, what variables to apply and so forth, the different loads when you preparing the athletes. Everybody, I believe, Spoon, whoever is like I say, around from level 2 upwards and so forth. I believe they're I know this other guy, what's his name? Lamont,
Lamont from
and these
Portland.
guys.
Yeah, in Portland.
Right,
He's also a
right, I
potential
know
aspirant
Sandy.
as well. But
Yeah, I
issue
believe they,
issue is
they
not the coaches. It's the players' mentality.
yes, and that is what we have to change. We have to change that approach. It is affecting us here in St. Vincent too. It's a whole throughout the whole Caribbean, right?
That's something
And
because if I give you a quick story, you heard about a former Jamaican national coach called Carl Brown.
Carl Brown, I think I hear the name already.
A former
Yes.
national football player, national coach. He said in an interview recently that what is killing football in Jamaica right now is classism. And he said football in Jamaica used to get, when Jamaica had a Brazilian coach called George Penna, and he was middle class, playing for Jamaica. He had support then. But one time about the 77, 78, Jamaica named a national team. And 10 of those players was from Tivoli Gardens. And there's when the support for football stopped in this country. Because the national team is now consist of players from the inner city, from the ghetto, not from the uptown area. So there's a classism in Jamaica when it comes to sports. I don't know if there is a similar classism factor in St. Vincent.
Boy, I would want to say, you see, I don't know if you're gonna, what I'm going to say, I don't know if you're gonna consider it as classism. But I remember one time there was a talk, there was a saying, there was a talk in the country from a group of people saying that our footballers at one time, they were called duns. I don't know if you Jamaican use that term.
Yes, it's still used, yes.
Yeah, they're duns and they can't. So what they do, they picked a team of share persons who went to university, who did physical education. They pick footballers who went to Venezuela to study. They pick some went to Cuba, and they form a team with the quote unquote so-called
academia
persons who could use their brain while they play. And it never lasts. Because why it never lasts? Because no man is intelligent enough to describe intelligence. Remember I said that.
That's true.
No man is intelligent enough to describe intelligence.
That is so true.
That team with all the university grads couldn't string 5 passes. They couldn't bring any results to the nation, right? And it was a total embarrassment to the country.
Well, yeah, that's a no-no.
Right?
That's a no-no, yeah.
I don't know if that could be placed in the same category.
Yeah, it could be in some sense because I guess most of the persons who can afford to go to studies overseas more likely from the elite group, and less from the inner city.
And those university grad people, they weren't really from the ghetto, so to speak. So I believe it is heading in the same direction that you would have described.
But if you look at football generally, most of the players, look at Pele, for instance. Pele didn't have any academic prowess. Pele does talent. And the talent was nurtured and developed. Maradona, the same thing. If you call all the great footballers in Europe, it's only a few like Socrates from Brazil. He was a medical doctor. But he's among the few.
Yes.
But most of the world class players around the world didn't have much academic training. They went to academy, did the basic, and their talent was developed around football. But balanced with academics based on the academy. But academics was not based to a football player. It's just talent and then or your progress over the years.
No, but what I want to say, Dudley, being an academic doesn't mean that you're smart.
That's true. That is so true.
Right? And like I said, no man is intelligent enough to describe intelligence.
Right.
Because, for example, Dudley, a man who writes a book, right, he will be deemed part of the intelligence in society.
Right. Yes.
But what about the man who tells jokes for a living? Isn't he intelligent?
Sure. Because you have to plan the jokes so it doesn't work. You have to
Okay.
plan the jokes. I know that if this
The man
the
who-
crowd might love that, and the crowd might don't love that
The
joke. So yeah, it have to be intelligent.
The man who tells jokes for a living, yes, he has to
know-
be intelligent, but he's not deemed part of the intelligence in society.
No, because yes, yeah, that's quite intelligent.
Yes, but I want to get back to table tennis. Is that I believe that I believe that when I came into table tennis, Stephen Hilton
Yes.
was a youngster. I watched Stephen Hilton, and Jamaica was we played and so forth. I played good table tennis, and I know Michael Hyatt. I know I played against Michael Hyatt one time.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I would be the last time I played Caribbean Championships as a player was in Jamaica when they had Dominican Republic brought the Chinese guy to play, and you would have won the singles. That's Lin Ju from Dominican Republic, right? And I believe at that time the association probably was working in the best interest of the sport.
Oh.
And I don't know what happened, but to me, knowing the high level of table tennis that came out of Jamaica, I feel it has fallen off. It has fallen off in a big way.
And why that's
And
why I think it's
The
so?
only one thing you could blame for that, and like I said, is the people who administrated the sport from then to now, right?
Yes.
We are trying and say, like I said, we have a different approach in St. Vincent. We have a number of qualified, certified coaches, and we are hoping to really, everybody work together in the best interest. We have different clubs in Jamaica, and if a club now, we don't want our association is not in any strife and any confusion with any club. If a club wants the support of the federation right now, the association, especially if the club's program is based around youth, we're in full support, because we believe that, and we have seen it in the past, division does not help. It doesn't help.
Wow.
And I'm saying this here because being a table tennis man around the region and friends all about, you have Jamaica with problem, Trinidad with problem, Barbados with problem, administratively, right? St. Lucia with problem, Grenada with problem, St. Vincent with problems. What's happened? What happened to us?
Come back to we don't like we own.
Simple.
We don't like
The
we own.
coaches that exist in Jamaica, the coaches can bring the players up to look. Let's look at it. Many years ago, there wasn't the levels at ITTF coaching. There wasn't much coaching courses for coaches to go. Players would have developed themselves, you understand,
Yeah.
of their own, and from maybe getting a chance to practice with other players, and the standard was higher. Now we have documented pathways. We have documented pathways to success, right? We should be able to do much better.
Yes,
Right?
yes, the
We
standard.
should be able to
Yes,
use,
the standard is.
we-
We have better coaching, but the standard is falling.
yes, you can't tell me that you have level 3 coaches in Jamaica who are former players, and you can't use them in the best interest of the sport. You have to use them. You have to use these coaches to develop a program, and you have to give the coaches the respect. You understand?
Yes.
You know, and you have to be prudent with your judgment, because we all are human beings, and you know, sometimes things that affect us will make us turn away from whatever institution that we are part of or we want to be attached to. Right?
Yes.
I want to see table tennis come back to the Caribbean region. I want to see that, Dudley. I want to see Jamaica strong. I want to see Jamaica get back strong. And Jamaica can't get back strong with the old players today, you know. Because my friend Muyong was the oldest player of the last Caribbean. You understand?
Yeah.
And Muyong can't bring silver, gold, bronze, not tin in. Or copper to Jamaica.
And that's
You
no
understand?
copper.
Right?
But what is
Right,
what is preventing the younger players from coming to the fore? That's the problem, you know. You say the mentality,
Yeah.
not the coaching, the mentality. Because you can,
Yeah, Muyong.
I spoke to a coach recently. I think it's Richard Roberts, and he said that nowadays young player they limit themselves. They don't want to excel to the highest level. They want to do enough to be good in Jamaica. There's no scope for extending their chances to be at least the Caribbean champion then.
We say the young players do what? They don't want what?
I was talking to a coach earlier, and he said the mentality of the young players nowadays, they're not doing the extra work to try to say, boy, top the Caribbean. They're not doing enough to be competitive in Jamaica.
No, but you see, I'm not in total support of that, because you have to create a pathway for them. You have to show them a pathway that will encourage them, right? If they have to, for example, if you build your program surrounding them and show incentive, it don't have to be monetary incentive,
Yeah.
but they will want to continue, because that's just my belief. You know, you're not giving them anything on a platter, but you show them a pathway. For example, like the issue of going to tournaments regularly for the young players, the issue of having, regular, tournaments locally and tournaments overseas for the young players, it could act as an incentive, because I will tell you this here. When a young player goes to the Caribbean Championship, he's going to make friends. He's going to see players that are around his age, that is better than him. Yeah. He's going to understand what it takes in order for him to reach that level. And I'm sure that majority of those young players will come back and start to walk towards. You have to. The thing is, though, you have to find out, and you have to set goals for these players. You know, you have to set goals for them. You have to help them when they're young, right? You have to show them there's beyond Jamaica. It's the same thing we're trying to do doing St. Vincent.
Wow.
Like I say, we haven't been able to make any breakthrough. I mean, I think we had a third place at Caribbean in the Masters one time. I think we reached the round of I think the quarterfinals one time, around the 8 or 16. But I'm just saying that there must be some incentive for the young players. I don't think all the young players in Jamaica would just want to be national champion and that's it. No, I think they would
want to excel.
Yes, once you show them the pathway and show them the pathway to success and what they can become.
All right, tell us now, the COVID-19 for the past couple of years, how it affected TT in St. Vincent? Because he was a total lockdown.
Well, we had a double whammy, you call it double whammy. We had the COVID-19 and then we had our volcanic eruption.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so
The Cypress Hill volcano.
we had it double. Yeah, it seriously affected the sport, and we have bounced back since. Like I said, we didn't lose much players, just one or two in terms of not coming back to play, but we now, you know, if you want to call it a rebirth, you know, we have a lot of young players now, and we have, for example, we are going to a tournament in Grenada. We are trying to bring back the OCS table tennis because we believe that the players in the OCS region must have something to aspire to within the region before we go on to Caribbean or the world events.
Right.
So we are trying to bring our OCS championship. So we are this weekend we are going to Grenada to take part in an invitational tournament, right? And it's young people under 19 and under 15. That's what we're doing.
Well, that's good.
Right?
Let me ask you now. Yes. What's the relationship between your academy and the National Association? It must be good, I assume.
Hand in glove, hand in glove.
Very good. Yeah, that's good. Good for the sport.
It has to be.
It can't be like a rivalry.
No, it has to be. All the clubs, they must have a hand in glove. You see, relationship with the governing body, because, like I say, if a governing body decides to spite you, you're in trouble.
Right.
If they decide that they make your life miserable as an affiliate of them, you could be in serious trouble. You know, so you don't have to stoop to the governing body, but you have to work along. Work. And what we must realize, all of us, is that playing sports is a human right. Right?
Yes.
To play sport is a human right. So if you are the governing body and you spite in a club, you're actually denying the children of that club. You're interfering with your human right.
That's true, yes. And we're also seeing where in Jamaica here the teeth has been in turmoil for many years, because you had a late president then, they call it Godfrey Lotian. He was the president for many years, and he had a current incumbent who was then a challenger, had some run-ins to end up in the courts. Mr. Godfrey Lotian passed on. Mr. Lou now is the president, and there will be an election come the 12th of next month. And the candidates are saying they're not seeing the delegates list. So there's still a turmoil going on there with the current administration and also the Kingston and St. Andrew Association, the Portland one, and the different candidates. So a little thing going on right now, but hopefully it can sort out, and in the long run TT wins.
It is very sad, Dudley. It is very sad because table tennis, the sport of table tennis, does not belong to anyone.
That's so true.
No one is owner of the sport of table tennis.
That is so true.
Right? And transparency must be order of the day. The sport doesn't belong to any of us. Right?
Right.
And I don't understand why people sometimes, I'm not saying is it Mr. Lou's case, right? But people fight tooth and nail, as a term that we use. People fight tooth and nail to hold on to these positions in association as though it is a waste. If they lose it, they will end up go to hell, if they, or they will lose their life, or they will. No, the sport. I was president of the association many years ago, and there's a group of people who were calling for my resignation, right? Mm-hmm. They were saying things. They were calling. So I decided that we're going to have elections, right? We held the elections. I won. But then the people who were elected on the executive, I say, boy, to myself, I say, I will end up being an armchair president based on all these people. So let me resign. So I resigned from the sport because the sport is bigger than me,
Right.
and allow other people to come and serve, right? And when you do good, the whole public will see. And when you do bad, the whole public will also see.
That's
So I
true.
can't see, you know, that, like I say, the sport doesn't belong to anyone. And I believe that, like I said, that we in the region, Dudley, we have to stop this um this animosity
Right.
among each other. You understand? And
I start to love
it is
ourselves.
for it is for all the clubs to work together. It is for the association to embrace, to support whatever initiative that these clubs come up with. It is only in the interest of the young people. You know, if a club, Dudley, if you say you have a club in Jamaica and you don't have young players in your club, then put an X to it.
Yeah, that's true. Cause
X it out.
you start from
Right?
the
Yes, so-
under 10s to the senior
Yeah.
and to the masters.
Yes, I will support the association in Xing out any club that don't have youth.
That's true.
Any club that doesn't have youth, they should be Xed out.
Right. Because players start at
That is just my
different levels. Can you start from as young as under 12, and then you go to the under 15, then you go to the under 19, then you go senior.
Yes, mini cadet, pre-cadet,
Right.
cadet,
Right.
junior. So you have to have youth.
Yeah, you have to have growth, upward mobility for the sports to grow.
Yeah.
All right.
I believe, Dudley, before I go, I believe Muyong, Chris Marsh, Joe Dibbs, name them. They have a contribution to make. And the contribution I believe they have to make is to embrace some young players and say, listen now, look at what, hey, this young player is training with me. I have this young player, Mike, and look at him. He's 10 years old and he's beating everybody. They should be proud to do that.
Right. Yes.
All of them should adopt some young players and try to get them to some level, and table tennis will to me will be much better in Jamaica.
And that is so true. And that's so true. We need mentorship for the young players. So
that's the role I think that should play instead of trying to make team. They're trying to make team to beat who? to beat the Puerto Ricans. The Puerto Ricans are world-class players. They're going to beat the Cubans. They're going to beat who they're going to beat?
Nobody at all.
No. So tell them I say this. Muyong, Joe Dates, my friend Chris Marsh, and all the old players, adopt some youngsters, and where you train at your club, at wherever, work with these youngsters. Work with them. And Jamaica will benefit in the long run.
Because these players have wealth of experience over the years as players.
Yes.
All
that
right.
is what they have to do.
All right, thanks, dear.
I know they might cut off. I know they might cut off me head for saying so, but I can live with that.
No, no, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. All right, as we wind up, we're coming down to the end of today's Make We Talk Sports here on Root FM 96.1. Yeah, man, before we go, because we're now out of time.
Okay, all right.
So wish you all the best with your academy. Hopefully you can keep on working to build TT around the region.
Yes, and I'll be happy to be on the program at any time.
Yes, but no problem, man.
Just call me up.
All right, no problem, man. So all the best, and thanks for being a part of Make We Talk Sports for today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, all the best. All right.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
96.1 on this year FM dial. Our special guest inside today's show was Mr. Shawn Stanley. Yeah, and he's the owner of the Shawn Stanley Tableton Academy over there in St. Vincent. All right, a quick pause here for the cause here on Roots FM 96.1. This has been Make We Talk Sports.